You suggest a big Legends figure, betcha.
I find your reply to be logical. You suck.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at another Transformers figure. It's from Transformers Authentics, and it's Shockwave. Now, I've been looking at doing a review on this figure for a while. I found this at a local Kroger marketplace on the south side of Indianapolis, and I've only seen two of them. I went ahead and picked them both up, and interested to see what this is like. Grimlock was a lot of fun, so was Megatron, and well, this Shockwave looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Shockwave in the package in the same Authentics box we've gotten before. There he is in his vehicle. It says Transformers, artwork at the top. So just kind of a close-up. There he is, looking very Cyberverse-like to me. And there's his spaceship mode at the bottom. Got the Autobot logo on the side. Don't know why it's not a Decepticon logo, but back of the package here's got a robot in a vehicle mode. All the transformation instructions here on the side. So just kind of a close-up. And if you want to pause and take a look at the transformation instructions, you are more than welcome to. And that's about it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of box and see what we think. So here we have Shockwave out of the package, and for the most part, this actually looks really good. I like the sculpt. It does have a Cyberverse type of vibe to it, but that's okay. It's definitely cool. I like the purples and the pinks, and it looks pretty neat. However, I do have a concern on the plastic. It feels very cheap and thin and hollow, and to be honest, I'm seeing stress marks on some of the parts on the knees right there and in the mushroom pegs on the shoulders, which is a bit disconcerting. I don't know about the quality of this plastic. Now, articulation, his head does move back and forth. It's on a ball joint, goes up and down, and then the arms themselves do move up and down. They're on ball joints up there, which is kind of nice. Again, these mushroom pegs are there, but they are starting to stress from movement. That's distressing, no pun intended. But yeah, it's not very cool. There is a hinge at the elbow joint right there. The hands do move in and out, but that is for transformation. He has a waist swivel, which is nice. I like that. Legs kick up about that far. They don't kick back very far. They do splay out. They are on ball joints. You do have a very nice knee joint right there and a swivel at the knee because it's also on a ball joint. And then the feet move up and down, and that's about it for the articulation. Taking a closer look at the figure itself, the sculpt is pretty good. I will admit, I love the color scheme. I like the purples and the pinks. It does have a very Cyberverse kind of vibe, which, again, is okay. It's not too bad. He looks very pissed off. Love the Decepticon logo, the kind of gray and silver highlights everywhere. And I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up or not, but the wings are a slightly different purple color than the rest of the figure, but it doesn't really detract too much, as it gives it a little bit of color breakage, which is kind of nice. Taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, it's sculpted pretty well. I like the light pinkish purple highlights in the other purple. It's got a very nice, soft, pliable pink rubber hose that goes up to his gun arm, which is nice. The sculpt on the waist looks pretty good. The legs are pretty decent. Again, I like the silver highlights. The gray plastic in other parts is very nice. It's a little bit hollow in places, but that's kind of this thing on this line. It's a little bit cheaper run, and it's starting to feel that way in the plastic itself, unfortunately. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, sculpted well. I like the design. I like the silver paint. The inside of the legs are very hollow, and that's really unfortunate, but again, it's a cost-cutting measure. The thing that's most distressing, and again, no pun intending, are the stress marks on the panels that are on the inner thighs of this figure. Now, if they do break, it really doesn't impact the transformation or look of the alt mode, so I'm really not even sure why they're there to begin with. For comparison, here we have the Authentics Shockwave with the Cyberverse Energon Armor Clobber. Figures that are pretty comparable, although Clobber is definitely built a lot better than the Shockwave figure as far as the plastic goes, I think. I don't have any stress marks on Clobber, where I've already got a couple on Shockwave. Transformation on Shockwave is not too complex. We're first going to put the hands inside the arms, just like this, so it'll look like that. Then we're going to flip the feet up on the back, and those are going to click into place very nicely, just like that. Then what you're going to do is turn the legs sideways, and then you're going to want to clamp them together to make the jet portion of Shockwave. And this can be kind of annoying to line up because you're dealing with two ball joints, so you're just going to have to fiddle it together, and it'll eventually snap into place. And when it does, it's very secure, and it's got a nice clicky sound when it goes in. So it's getting them aligned properly. There we go. So there it is in place. So that's how that should look. And then what we want to do next is flip up these pieces. Now this is where I've got the stress marks going on this. So I'm going to push it up at the hinge itself to make sure, and they're very, very stiff. I don't know if it's the quality on this figure or not, but the instructions say to push it up, and there you can see the stress marks. You're supposed to push it up there. I like to bend the legs down a little and put those panels underneath the waist. It looks a lot cleaner, but that's not exactly what the instructions say to do. Then we're going to pull the tube out right here, lift the arms up like this. So he's kind of going, ah, like that. So he looks pretty cool right there. And then we're going to turn the mushroom pegs around. Now, again, this is some areas that we get some stress marks, and these pop off. And if we can kind of look, so there's already some stress marks there on those pegs, probably because the clearance isn't really there. So I'm just going to wiggle that back on. If it pops off, not too big of a deal. So it should look like this at this point. And then we're going to kind of push the shoulders down like this. So it should look something like that. And then you're going to want to turn the wings upside down, so they're on ball joints. So you're going to flip them around like this, so that it looks like that. All right. And then you're going to lift the chest downward and push the head in. And then you're going to put the chest back upright like this. So this is how it should look at this point. And then you're supposed to turn the waist all the way around and then connect the tube. There's a little port on his side there, and this is how it's supposed to look. And that is the spaceship mode, which is okay, I suppose. It looks kind of like a spaceship, not really. Alright, so taking a closer look at this spaceship here. So this is the way it's supposed to look. Here's the top. Here's the bottom piece right here. We get the thrusters on the back, the nose cone up there. Now, I don't like the fact you can see these screw pieces right there. I think it looks a lot cleaner with those panels. So what I like to do is just go ahead and leave it the way it was initially. And then just connect the rubber hose on the other side of the ship. And I think that looks a lot better. It looks a lot cleaner. We don't see those screws. And it gives a little bit just cleaner look to the spaceship. So that's the way I like to put the spaceship mode on there. You can do it either way you want. There's the front nose cone. Yeah, looks okay. There's the back end. We get the thrusters back there, itty bitty thrusters. But yeah, that I think looks like a better spaceship than what initially it's supposed to look like. So is the Transformers Authentics Shockwave a figure that you want your Transformers collection? Well, this could be an easy pass on a lot of fans. If you're a Shockwave completist, then you might want to pick it up. If you like the Cyberverse kind of look and you want a bigger Shockwave, this could be right up your alley. I think the alt mode looks better on this than the kind of walkie Shockwave that we got in a Cyberverse. However, the Big drawback on this, the plastic is kind of thin, and I've already seen stress marks on some of the joints, so if you give this to a kid, it's very possible that they could break the figure, so be aware of that. It's kind of built cheap, and that's really what it's supposed to be, is a cheaper alternative for a larger Shockwave figure. So take that for what it's worth. And there he is, the Transformers Authentics Shockwave. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos. And follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.